What's the best non-alcoholic way to make a party crazy and fun? Those trivia app games you can connect to your TV. Karaoke. Good snack, mocktails, and good friends. Jackbox. Rent out go-karts. Jesse, go-karts? Walt, go-karts? What? Jesse, yeah, there's a track, down by the Coliseum. It's pretty fun. Walt, no. Actually, I have some kind of a meeting, so. Jesse, whatever. Poor Jesse frown. The scene where he's going round, by himself breaks me every time. I went to this party with go-karts, and they made a whole racetrack with disco lights, music, and hay, and it was honestly the best party I ever went to. Nerf guns. Take my energy. I invited a few couples over, some of them pretty religious, and don't drink, but we played adult Mad Libs. It was hilarious seeing them break out of their shells, and just belly laugh at some of the things we all would come up with in that game. Simple party games are great for that. Also try Apples to Apples, Snake Oil, Balderdash, Dixit, and Code Words. It's good to have a couple of people that can inject some energy and fun into playing the games too, encourage interaction. Apples Against Humanity, where you shuffle the decks together, is always a fun time. A bag of bulk wigs. Just discreetly place the bag of wigs on a couch or coffee table. Wait and watch. I can see how this plays out. Everyone's in another room or in the backyard, and Mike comes back from the bathroom with a tangled out of place dark wig on. Mike is now a Kardashian and now everyone is wearing wigs. Some of the best adult parties I've been to are kids' parties, after the kids fall asleep. If you want to see adults playing like kids, and laughing their asses off, rent a giant bouncy slide in one of those carnival games with the spinning ladder. Some of the best adult parties I've been to are kids' parties, after the kids fall asleep. If you want to see adults playing like kids, and laughing their asses off, rent a giant bouncy slide, and one of those carnival games with the spinning ladder. I was at a party like this in high school. My friend's cousin was turning 8, and my friend's family hosted a huge party with the whole neighborhood, bounce house, balloon animals, face painting, the whole 9 yards. Once the kids were gone, all of the remaining adults took off their shoes, and ran into the bounce house. It was really weird, and hilarious watching all of the adults 2x our age turn into kids, and have a blast. Also, adults acting like kids are a lot more likely to offer beer to underage people from my experience lol. I didn't even drink alcohol at the time, and I still had half a dozen beers handed to me by people who I previously only thought of as so-and-so's mom or dad. Bro, I was a lifeguard at a summer camp, and there was a greased watermelon competition. Basically rugby with a greased up melon, but it got violent real quick. That was the first time I was legitimately worried I'd have to save someone. Cards, board games, karaoke, games like Mario Kart or VR games, building competition, Jenga, dominoes, gingerbread houses, toothpicks and marshmallows, hot pot dinners, appetizer party, make your own pizza party, tie-dye, costume party, gift competition, shrinky-dinks, Pictionary, marbles, jacks, working out, games like Mafia, Among Us, Who's the Killer, Murderville, Full Virgin Bar for fancy die sober drinks, book club, rage music with lights and glow sticks and streamers, dance party, Guitar Hero, yoga, cookie icing competition, your mom, mind puzzles, wooden puzzles, iron puzzles, extension, amateur stand-up / campfire story sharing, jigsaws puzzles, and everything in between. Let a few piglets loose in the house. Oddly specific but effective. It's even better if you number the piglets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, but skip a number. That way, when someone inevitably tries to round them all up, they'll be convinced that they're missing one. Cheers from middle school. Do a murder mystery night. Invite as many people as you know, get everyone all dressed in old garb, turn off the lights, murder Gary in the dark, then call the cops. Give the party non-alcoholic beer, and not tell anyone. This actually happened at a jam session I attended about 15 years ago. I got there and the other 2 guys are buzzed, so I grab a beer. It's Bush Nah. I asked how many they had. About 6? Well guys, I hate to tell you this but... lol. They were smoking weed too, so that's probably why they didn't notice. I'm putting together a Halloween party this weekend with at least 24 people coming over. This is the 4th year we've done it, and it's always a rager, and probably still would be if there weren't drinks. I clear out the entire garage. We put a few chairs out, but really only enough for the people who really need it. If people are standing, they're mingling around, and making new friends. If they're sitting down, they're probably just going to be introverted and quiet. The garage is also emptied out because we want people dancing later. We put in the sound bar that usually sits beneath the TV, because it gets loud enough for EDM music, and such, but isn't so loud that it will annoy the neighbors. We also put in a smoke machine, a blacklight, and a few laser machines. Turn out the regular lights and it might as well be a club in there. We also have a few DJs come mix music live. This year it's a good buddy of mine, and myself doing a few hours worth. Sometimes you put on chill stuff so people can talk, sometimes you play harder stuff so people jump around and dance. The real trick is because there's low lighting with just lasers and stuff, people's inhibitions just drop because they can be idiots, and have fun without feeling like everyone's looking at them. One of the tricks I've discovered is finding house whoops remixes of songs that people will already know. If you've got a crowd of 30-somethings, put on a modern-sounding remix of Britney or Get Low and people will lose their mind. The real thing to think about is the social aspect of stuff. How do you make people come out of their shells, and just stop caring that they might look stupid? Figure that out, and you have a fun party. Just invite Molly over for a good time. MDMA is the most possible fun you can squeeze out of one night. The right type of people. People that can have fun without alcohol make alcohol-free parties fun.